Hello and welcome to another edition of ICT Today. The idea of providing computing services like utilities similar to electricity dates back to the 1960s. The time cloud computing started in the late 1990s. Cloud computing is the on-demand availability of IT resources, especially data storage and computing power, without direct active management by the user. The term is generally used to describe data centers' availability via the internet to many users. Cloud computing makes file storage, sharing, and management over the internet easy, and this is one of its selling points when compared with local storage devices. Cloud computing takes off as the next big thing around 2006. It became a fully deployed technology worth billions of dollars. Also, the Federal Cloud Computing Strategy was released by the former United States Chief Information Officer, Vivek Kundra, in 2011. After a lot of give and take, the US government released Cloud Computing Technology Roadmap in October 2014. The roadmap focuses on standards for international interoperability, portability, and security. For high-tech products, specifically for cloud computing, a well-thought-out consensus standards are the ball bearing that keep commercial markets running smoothly. These standards include to ensure large public investments do not become technologically obsolete too quickly. 2. To allow government agencies to cost-effectively move publicly owned information from one cloud service provider to another when necessary to meet their missions. And 3. To create a level of economic playing field for all service providers. The opportunity to directly improve people's lives with access to data and information on any devices, anywhere, and to do so while protecting sensitive information in verifiable, secure way. Join me as we explore another technology in ICT. My name is Abimbola Ilori.
Cloud computing seems to be the buzzword of the decade, and more businesses are making the switch every day. While harnessing the power of cloud computing to streamline IT processes can make daily computing much easier, it's nothing to rush into. Before you make the switch, it's important to ask this question: am I ready? The pros and cons are listed below. Easy implementation. Cloud hosting allows a business to retain the same applications and business processes without having to deal with the back-end technicalities. Readily manageable by internet, a cloud infrastructure can be accessed by an enterprise easily and quickly. Accessibility. Access your data anywhere, anytime. An internet cloud infrastructure maximizes enterprise productivity and efficiency by ensuring your application is always accessible. This allows for easy collaboration and sharing among users in multiple locations. No hardware required. Since everything will be hosted in the cloud, a physical storage center is no longer needed. However, a backup could be worth looking into in the event of a disaster that could leave your company's productivity stagnant.
Now, cloud computing is all the services delivery, the services rendering through the use of the internet on computer systems. That's what's referred to as cloud computing. Now, if you now want to explain it further, talking about whatever the emails we send, use of banking, or the software, or the applications we are using, that word cloud simply means that something that, we do not have a server somewhere or physical server that you can see. Everything is running on the internet. Like for instance now, I'm sending mail to you, you are receiving mail, you are replying. The question is, where is that email saving? It's on the cloud. That's where the cloud computing comes in. You are doing bank transaction, you are doing all sorts of things, you are paying your tuition fee online. Where is that server? Those applications, those services, saving days on WhatsApp, saving days on Twitter and all those things, all the services that we are rendering through the use of the internet, those things are saving on the cloud.
Costs per head. Overhead technology costs are kept at a minimum with cloud hosting services, enabling businesses to use the extra time and resources for improving the company's infrastructure.
It's really assisting business in what way? Reducing the costs Look at, for instance, the email. Naturally, maybe you want to send a particular message to somebody in Lagos. Naturally, before you have to write a letter, you go and post that kind of letter, or you send somebody to Lagos. But at this point in time, where we have, thank God for the cloud computing, you can send mail. In fact, you can have your meeting, you can do documentary, you can do many things using your cloud, in which everybody can send mail and do this. Now, when you observe your email now, maybe the Google, a Gmail, or even Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, there is a platform in which if you send mail, you can make that maybe Microsoft Word document that you are sending, there are 2 parties, 2, 3, 4 people can work on that same Microsoft document. That's what we talk about the Google Cloud. You work on the document here, somebody in Canada, somebody in Lagos, somebody in Kano can work on that. We wouldn't have been able to achieve this except through this cloud computing.
Flexibility for growth. The cloud is easily scalable, so companies can add or subtract resources based on their needs. As companies grow, their system will grow with them.
Now, when you talk about cloud computing, we have different types of cloud computing. Let me mention the 3 that are very common. Software, SaaS, we refer to that as SaaS. Then we talk about PaaS, that is platform as software. The infrastructure as service. Then we talk about infrastructure as service. Then we talk about platform as service. Then we also talk about software as service as well. That is SaaS. Those are the 3 things. Now, the 3 comes together now, different applications. Talking about the SaaS now, we are talking about when you begin to use all this software that we're talking about. The Google Cloud, they are the example of all this that we're talking about.
Efficient recovery. Cloud computing delivers faster and more accurate retrievals of applications and data with less downtime. It is the most efficient recovery plan. Some of the limitations include you are no longer in control. When moving services to the cloud, you are handing over your data and information. For companies who have an in-house IT staff, they will be unable to handle issues on their own. It doesn't mean you should do away with servers. You may have fewer services to handle, which means less for your IT staff to handle. But doesn't mean you can let go of all your servers and staff. While it may seem costly to have data centers and a cloud infrastructure, redundancy is key for backup and recovery. No redundancy. A cloud server is not redundant, nor is it backed up. As technology may fail here and there, avoid getting burned by purchasing a redundancy plan. Although this is an extra cost, in most cases, it will be worth it.
Now, the one example that I can give you is talking about the Google. When you look at a Google as a cloud today, you can do so many things with Google, having a Google form that you can, take some information, Google email. There's what is called Google Drive, where you can put so many applications, software, and all those things. So all those facilities that we are enjoying using, that's what it's referring to as a cloud computing. Cloud computing has really helped. It cannot be overemphasized because at this point in time that many things are going online. And remember, if you look at the reports, presently today in Nigeria, we have about over 90 million people having access to what is called internet. So majority of what we are doing, majority of the data, everything is online, is on the cloud. So we must continue to access. So that has reduced a lot of things. Look at talking about the database for the students now. Students can access many things. If you prepare a lecture or you have a one lecture note, you can save it on Google Drive. You can put it on YouTube. Just share the links. If you want to watch this particular video, click on the link, watch it. Then you don't need to save it elsewhere. If not because of this cloud, we will not have been able to have access to all those. So cloud computing generally has done a lot, and it has really helped us in our day-to-day activities. Having considered all this, cloud computing is so beneficial, but we must be very careful while we are using it in our day-to-day activities.
Google's Dialer app, which officially goes by the phone by Google, currently is not just for Pixel device alone. In the past few weeks, Google had made it available for non-Pixel Android devices through the Google Play Store. but it seems like Google is also planning on renaming the app as well as giving it a new icon. This is probably part of the big rebrand of Workspace and all the productivity apps that are part of the Google ecosystem. 9 to 5 Google shares what they found on a YouTube ad that has come out to promote the phone by Google app. The ad basically promotes the app with its reliable caller ID feature as well as the other features that you get if you use the dialer instead of your phone's default calling app. But for eagle-eyed observer, the ad also shows a new logo or icon as well as a new name, Google Call. Instagram is bringing keyword search and it's just a topic. New feature is coming in after introducing dark mode for Instagram and merging Messenger and Instagram direct message. The company wants to do more. That's why it's giving users the ability to search for specific keywords. It's not hashtag but keyword. So it's more a topic about all the posts that is related to the keyword. Instagram announced yesterday that English-speaking countries will be the first to get the feature and users will be able to search for keywords that are topic-based. Starting from 17th November 2020, 6 English-speaking countries will get the search upgrade, and that includes the US, UK, Canada, Ireland, and others. With this search upgrade, users won't be only able to search for keywords, but still use the hashtag. Before this, hashtag was the only way you can look up for related posts. It's just like the topic based, and now keyword is here to curate posts that are most likely close to the topic.
According to Paul Merritt, CEO of VMware, cloud is about how you do computing, not where you do computing. The cloud is the latest iteration, but with a key difference. We are no longer tied to just one server. That's a package on this episode, but before I go, have you downloaded our new mobile app? If not, you can do so from Play Store and App Store to watch us live. You can also follow us on all our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button to receive new updates. Until next time when I return with another episode, if it is digital, it is part of ICT.